The day started like any other Wednesday for a young Woolworths delivery driver. On July 23, 2025, before the sun had fully risen over Sydney, he was beginning his rounds. Around 5:45 in the morning on Olympic Parade in Bankstown, the quiet of the early hours was violently shattered. An assailant, later identified as a 29-year-old man, confronted the 23-year-old driver. The situation escalated rapidly when the attacker allegedly used a device, believed to be a taser, to stun the unsuspecting employee. This shocking act of aggression was not just a random assault, it was the beginning of a brazen and dangerous crime. The driver was left startled and injured as the man commandeered the large Woolworths grocery truck. The immediate aftermath left the young driver in a state of shock. Having been assaulted and his vehicle stolen, his first priority was his safety and reporting the incident. He made his way to Bankstown Police Station, where he was attended to by paramedics who checked his condition. Given the nature of the attack, he was then transported to Bankstown Hospital for more thorough treatment and observation. The stolen truck, filled with groceries meant for families across Sydney, was now in the hands of a dangerous individual, setting the stage for a dramatic and unpredictable chain of events that would soon unfold across the city's sprawling network of roads and motorways. This wasn't just a simple car theft. It was an armed robbery targeting a vital community service. The stolen vehicle was not a small car, but a large, heavy truck, making it a significant threat on the busy streets of Sydney. The initial report to the police triggered an immediate and serious response. Law enforcement agencies were put on high alert, understanding the potential for widespread danger. The thief had not only taken a valuable asset, but had also demonstrated a willingness to use violence. The safety of the public became the paramount concern for every officer involved as they began the search for the highly visible yet elusive green and white Woolworths truck. For the next few hours, the truck seemed to vanish into the city's early morning traffic. The suspect had a head start, and the police had a massive area to cover. The stolen vehicle, with its distinctive company branding, was a moving target somewhere within one of Australia's largest cities. This period of uncertainty was tense for authorities, who knew that every passing minute increased the risk of a collision or further criminal activity. The search was on, and it was only a matter of time before the truck would be spotted, launching a pursuit that would capture the attention of the entire city and test the skills and coordination of the NSW police force. It wasn't until around 9 o'clock in the morning that the stolen Woolworths truck was sighted again. Police officers spotted the vehicle on the busy Princes Highway in Rockdale, a significant distance from where it was originally taken. The officers attempted to pull the driver over, signalling for him to stop. However, the man behind the wheel had no intention of surrendering. He ignored the police lights and sirens, hitting the accelerator and officially initiating a high-stakes police pursuit. The chase moved from a major highway onto smaller suburban streets, dramatically increasing the danger to the public as the large truck navigated roads not designed for such a high-speed vehicle. The pursuit quickly became more hazardous. As the truck careened onto Innisdale Road in Wally Creek, the driver lost control and collided with 4 parked cars, causing significant damage. This reckless act demonstrated a clear disregard for public safety. In response, police commanders on the ground made a crucial and responsible decision. They terminated the direct ground pursuit. This is a standard police procedure designed to prevent innocent bystanders from being harmed in a crossfire or collision. While the police cars pulled back, it did not mean the chase was over. The responsibility for tracking the dangerous driver now shifted to another specialised police unit. Even without patrol cars directly behind it, the truck was not free. The NSW Police's aerial support unit, Paul Air, had already been scrambled and was now tracking the vehicle from the sky. The helicopter provided a constant, unobtrusive eye on the truck's movements, feeding real-time information to the officers on the ground. This allowed police to follow the suspect's path as he drove westbound, entering the M8 and then the M4 motorways. The helicopter's surveillance was critical, enabling police to plan their next move and set up a safe way to intercept the vehicle without endangering other motorists on the high-speed freeways. The driver continued his desperate flight, likely believing he had shaken off the police cars. He drove for many more kilometres, heading west towards the Blue Mountains. The presence of Paul Air, however, meant that his every turn was being monitored and relayed to ground units, who were strategically positioning themselves ahead of the truck's path. The chase had transformed from a high-speed, close-quarters pursuit into a calculated and tactical operation. The police were no longer just reacting to the driver's moves. They were now controlling the situation, patiently waiting for the right moment to bring the dangerous joyride to a definitive and safe conclusion. The role of the Polair helicopter was absolutely pivotal in managing this high-risk situation. From its vantage point, high above the M4 motorway, the aerial crew provided a continuous stream of information to the command post and the units on the ground. They could see traffic patterns, anticipate the driver's next move, and identify safe locations for interception, all without alerting the suspect to their presence. This eye in the sky is a game changer in modern policing, allowing for a strategic response that prioritizes public safety above all else. The ground units, instead of engaging in a dangerous tailing situation, could stay at a safe distance and prepare for the final takedown. As the stolen Woolworths truck continued its journey westbound, heading up the Great Western Highway, police on the ground were already setting their trap. Guided by the precise location updates from Polair, officers from the Traffic and Highway Patrol Command moved ahead of the speeding truck. They identified a suitable stretch of road near Glenbrook to deploy road spikes, also known as tire deflation devices. This is a carefully controlled tactic used to bring a pursuit to a gradual and safe end. The goal is not to cause a sudden blowout, but to slowly deflate the tires, making the vehicle impossible to control at high speed and forcing the driver to stop. The plan was executed perfectly. As the truck approached the designated spot, the road spikes were successfully deployed, puncturing the truck's tires. The large vehicle began to slow down, its ability to flee completely compromised. The driver managed to continue for a short distance before the truck finally came to a halt in Blaxland. The long and dangerous chase across Sydney was finally over. The helicopter footage captured the dramatic final moments as multiple police vehicles, which had been waiting nearby, quickly moved in to surround the immobilized truck, completely blocking any chance of escape for the suspect inside. The successful stop was a testament to the seamless coordination between the air and ground units of the NSW police. The use of Polair to monitor and the strategic deployment of road spikes to disable the vehicle demonstrated a textbook approach to ending a dangerous pursuit. It minimized the risk to other drivers on the highway and created a controlled environment for the final and potentially dangerous phase of the operation, the arrest of the suspect, who had already shown he was willing to be violent and to resist law enforcement at every turn. With the truck stopped and surrounded, the final phase of the operation began. The arrest was not straightforward, as the suspect continued to be uncooperative. Specialized units, including the tactical officers of the Public Order and Riot Squad and the Dog Unit, were on hand to assist. Due to the man's continued resistance and the belief that he was armed, officers deployed a taser to safely subdue him. The 29-year-old was finally taken into custody. During the arrest, he sustained minor injuries and was taken to Nepean Hospital for mandatory testing and an assessment before being released into police custody and transferred to Penrith Police Station. Following the arrest, the focus shifted to the legal process and the well-being of the victim. The 29-year-old suspect faced a long list of serious charges. These included robbery armed with an offensive weapon, police pursuit, not stop, drive dangerously, driving during a disqualification period, and resisting a police officer. He was also charged with possessing a false identity plate and using an offensive weapon to prevent his lawful detention. Bail was formally refused, and he was scheduled to appear before Penrith Local Court the next day, Thursday, July 24, 2025, to answer for his actions. Woolworths responded quickly to the alarming incident. A spokesperson for the company condemned the assault on their driver as completely unacceptable and pledged the company's full support for his recovery. The interim managing director for Woolworths' Ecom-X, Chris Peters, confirmed that the company was cooperating fully with the police investigation. For the customers whose groceries were in the stolen truck, Woolworths acted swiftly. All affected orders were cancelled, and customers were contacted and issued full refunds, ensuring that the disruption to them was handled with care and transparency. This dramatic event highlights the critical role police play in protecting the community from unpredictable and dangerous situations. The coordinated effort, from the initial response to the tactical use of Polair and road spikes, ensured that a potentially catastrophic event concluded without any serious injury to the public. The professionalism and strategic thinking of the NSW police force brought a safe resolution to a chase that felt like a scene from an action movie, but was, in fact, a very real threat on the streets of Sydney. Their actions on that day were a powerful reminder of the dedication of law enforcement in maintaining public safety.